Hi, guys.
Hello.
Welcome to Etta, Arlene Spirit Cast. If you're new to this podcast, we talk about all things related to mindfulness, magic, astrology, tarot, Reiki, meditation, anything in that realm. Today's episode is a short episode. It's a quick just chat before we have a mid-season break. And then we'll be back in probably the end of the month, June-ish.
We'll be back for summer.
Yeah, for summer. And in today's episode, we're just going to chat about psychic readings. Before we get into the chat, though, we want to do a quick ad for the Garage Cats lip balm. That's all linked down below.
It's the best. Seriously, if you haven't checked it out yet, go check it out. I exclusively use only Garage Cats for my beautiful lips.
Yeah, they're like vegan. They're vegan. And
totally handcrafted, small business, woman owned, 1000%. Go check it out. You will not regret it. I haven't looked back since. That's all I use.
He's been dramatic.
I'm very passionate about my lips and this lip balm, and it lasts for a long time. One tube will last you for a long time, and I love to be moisturized. It's fine. Go check it out. It's linked below.
Okay. Now, can you tell them about some of how they can support us, some of our products, and then tell them where they can find us.
Okay, so as you know, we are creators. We do all this. We do a lot of things pro bono. And the ways to support us would be to buy our stuff. Go check out our awesome candles that we create. We've been making for years. Go check out our books that we create. It's all on our website, outings.com. You can also donate if you feel called to. That helps us greatly to keep doing exactly what we keep doing.
Thank you to all the people who have been supporting us, donating, becoming patrons. And thank you to all of our patrons and that.
Thank you, everybody. Thank you for listening to this.
Oh, yeah, and listening too. Yeah, that's awesome.
Yeah, listening to this.
Yeah, we appreciate everyone.
It all helps us to keep going, and we're really, really grateful. So go check out our store on our website, outings.com, and see all the awesome things that we create.
And then where can they find us at?
So you can follow us on Twitter at edpro_PGH. We tweet a lot. You can follow us on Instagram, Tumblr, Pinterest, TikTok at Arlene. On Facebook, which we really don't use, but we still appreciate your followership. On Facebook at Arlene, I think PGH or something. It's all linked down below. And then we post Reiki-infused videos almost every single day to YouTube. So you go over there and like and subscribe, give us a follow, leave a comment. We love you.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah, and so we're not going to have that break of music because this is a short episode.
I can hum it if you want.
Sweet music break is not in this one. So we're just going to chat about psychic readings. Not sure if you guys have ever gone to a psychic before, but we went to a person for a palm reading, and she actually has a bunch of clairs.
She's clairvoyant, for sure.
Yeah, she said she's clairvoyant. So it was funny because it was supposed to be more of a palm reading, but it turned into just a psychic reading where she was using, at least for me, I don't know if she looked at your
See, it was our mom and our aunt's idea.
Yeah, it was their idea. We were all hanging out, and our mom and our aunt were like, psychic reading.
So we did it.
Yeah.
And it was a fun experience. Mine was very interesting. And I feel like the woman that we dealt with really confirmed a lot of things for me that have been coming up in the past couple of years, and I have been actively applying.
Yeah, so we were talking about how she does palm readings. I just want to touch on the different types of readings that we had done. So we had multiple. We went to two, a couple weeks apart. We went to the palm reader first, and it was so fun that we were we have to take Dan and do a witchy Monday.
We do that all the time.
Yeah, we've been we'll do that on his day off. It's always a joy. Sometimes we tour the magic shop, sometimes we meditate, sometimes we just do readings for each other. And we were we have to get him a psychic reading. We couldn't get him into the girl that we saw initially. And now this was a psychic shop. It wasn't a metaphysical store. It wasn't a witch shop or anything like that. It was a flat out, it literally says psychic shop.
That's what they do.
Yeah, that's all they do. You're not buying crystals there. You're not getting Reiki. It's getting readings.
Yeah.
And a bunch of different types. And we had never gotten palm readings, so that's what we had opted for. But it ended up being a lot different in a good way, like in a surprising way. And she just went back, and right out the gate, she's like, "You're very creative," and I'm like, "How did you know?" She still looked me in. After that, I was just shocked the entire time. I don't know. It was crazy. Talking about my dreams. Oh, it was awesome.
See, like, I didn't know what to expect when we were doing a palm reading. Like, I instantly thought of like the palmistry and how you read the lines on the hand. So that's what I was like prepared for. And I had my hands sprawled on the table.
Yeah.
Waiting for her to really read my lines. We have a lot of interests, and whatever. But so I was expecting that, but she pretty much used my hands as like an energetic portal to tap into my energy field.
Our hands were really hot. It was definitely not what I think was supposed to happen, but I'm really glad it happened that way.
Yeah.
She said that's where the energy was like coming. Yeah. Like, oh, my hands are so hot, and she's like, yeah, the energy is coming from there.
I didn't know what to expect because I was just like, it was a spur of the moment decision, and we just went and just did it. And
we had a few cocktails prior, and
full disclosure, we were lit, but it was fun nonetheless. Yeah, and what was cool about it all was that all of our experiences were different. Every reading was different, and we had 2 different readers doing all our group's readings, and that was something that I thought was really interesting.
Oh yeah. So then the second time we went, a couple weeks later,
which are our favorite magic store.
Yes. I threw it out there while we were there. I want to try to have at least one of the owners, hopefully both of them, on the podcast. Yeah. Once summer comes along, we'll see if we can coordinate something.
Let's give them a shout out.
Yeah, Mystic Embers in Pittsburgh, awesome. And the second magic shop, they're both equal in our eyes. It's Hocus Pocus. We can't magic shops.
Yeah. Hocus Pocus actually is the oldest magic metaphysical store in Pittsburgh, by the way. So if you're ever in the Oakland area and want to actually get some really good stuff, get some really good crystals that are charged and ready to go, and actual information, go to Hocus Pocus or go to Mystic Embers. It's a straight up Hocus Pocus is a straight up apothecary, and it feels like you're entering into like somewhere on Diagon Alley.
Oh gosh. Yes,
but it's legit. Mm-hmm. So if you are in the Oakland area, go check out Hocus Pocus. 10 out of 10.
They have like herbs that line the walls.
I just love that. Like, I love the people who work there. I like what we've always dealt with.
They're so nice.
They're just nice, and they're informed.
Excessively informed. Like, they would be great guests. Anybody that works there would probably be awesome on this show too. So we're going to throw some chords out at some point and see if...
Plant the seeds.
Yeah. And in Mystic Embers, it's a different vibe, but so magical. Like, how would you describe Mystic Embers? It's like...
I'm passionate about Mystic Embers. Oh though. Gosh, I have such a... I love that store. I love the owners. Like, they're just nice people. Mm-hmm. And they are very informed as well. And it's a different type of information, Mm-hmm.
So like I was talking to somebody and I felt like Hocus Pocus, like you said, was like Diagon Alley, and then Mystic Embers was
like, if you want to believe in magic, like, go to
yes. And then but the Mystic Embers reminds me of like The Craft. Like, literally, it's The Craft. That's how I see it.
Yeah.
And the other thing I like about them too is that I'm really drawn to both of them because they have a very like I don't know how to describe it without saying like which, like you're going there
authentic
for witchcraft, not anything. And we talk about new age stuff. We talk about like clearly like we're a metaphysical podcast, but you go in there and it's this energy of authenticity. And if you want like witch shit,
like real witch shit.
Yeah, these are where you go.
Not a bunch of crystals under. I'm just talking my shit. Okay, I'm gonna stop there.
With this metaphysical realm, new age stuff is a huge, huge umbrella, and not every shop is the same, and they all match what your energy is. I think, and I think that sometimes somebody's looking for like some straight up like magic, like I'm trying to do spells and
like where can I get this herb that I can only get from, I don't know, the Middle East. You can probably find that at Hocus Pocus.
They have stuff in glass because of the implication. I don't know what
even some of the crystals. Was it moldavite?
Yeah.
Moldavite. Everybody knows that stuff was trending on TikTok 2 years ago. They even have stuff like that, and other rare crystals like that now. At Hocus Pocus,
they have a lot of stuff, but I'm just saying, like, it matches like what we like and what we're interested in, but that doesn't mean that other shops that have a different energy are not as good or anything like that. It just means that it's not what we like are interested in. We want to go in and feel like
I'm not interested in fluff. I'm interested in getting what I need for my wherever I'm about. And getting out or having like a real conversation with a real practitioner who is informed about a lot of things. A practice. Whether they specialize in Santeria or they specialize in, I don't know.
I can think Wicca, Hoodoo, Santeria, heathenism, or heathenism. I'm not sure.
I don't know. Whatever.
Anyways, but like, I mean, if you're a Celtic or a Celtic practitioner, lean into like Druidism or something, like you have this like thing. I'm not knocking it because I mean we fall in the eclectic, I guess, category. I don't know, I have a category for myself, but it's cool being around people who are passionate about something that they like are interested in, and who are, a lot of us are still seekers. We are even though it might feel like we are in this. There's this like really cool witch that I would love to have on the show too. I always have all these people in mind, and she's old. She's considered like an elder. She's been practicing for a very long time, like since the 60s. And she was at one of the videos, she was like talking about the like magical journey, and she broke it down to like 3 parts. And this is nothing set in stone, like this is just what we know, and you have your own opinions about whatever you want. But she was saying how like you're the seeker, and you're trying a bunch of stuff out and you're learning before you like hone in on a practice that you really go hard on and go all in. And that's a really awesome place to be. And a lot of us are in that seeker category, and who knows how long we stay in that seeker category. And there's nothing wrong with being a seeker. And then once we get out of that seeker energy and we have focused on a particular practice or craft, if we choose to, that's when a lot of us want to start teaching and start speaking on it. But that's after we are excessively knowledgeable about it and have been practicing for however long. That's where you get the best information too. Like if you're in the seeker spot and you are learning, it's going to be somebody who's been practicing and knows a lot. And I'm not saying you have to be like, super old or anything like that. I'm just saying that's like, you meet people who are obsessed with astrology, who are very young, who just were really honed in on it for a very long time, or for or really just put a lot of energy, and they are very knowledgeable. But that's because they're kind of surpassed that seeking, and they're into like practicing. And then after that, you become like an elder. And then the elders in whatever you're in, they start like guiding everybody who's younger. And it's funny, like we're going to do a Fae episode at some point. We have a lot of different ideas for guests.
So second
half of this season. And one of the things, if you pick up the book by DJ Conway, and it's her fairy book, some people like, some people don't. I mean, fairy stuff's very controversial. Everybody has their opinions about it. But one of the things she talks about is like having a fairy teacher. And there's like stages they have you go in, and you can't get to that one part until you're much older, because of that idea of having experience and focus and honing in on a particular craft. So what we're saying, where I'm getting at, is I love meeting people who are really knowledgeable about like a couple things, and then you just like, oh my gosh, like I'm learning so much. This is so awesome. And that's like the vibe we get when we go to these 2 shops. It's not necessarily that seeker phase, if that makes sense.
Yeah, you explained it very nicely, and I was going to be a little more aggressive.
Well, I think like with the ideas of like monetizing everything we do in life, we can get ahead of ourselves.
Yes.
And like this magic and mysticism and all that is very like sacred to me, and I feel like there's nothing wrong with taking time to learn things and explore things and have fun. I mean, that's one of the reasons why I don't do readings for people.
Yeah, you're capable, but it's not something that you want to do right now.
Yeah, and it's all because I feel like I'm still like tuning in and learning, and I'm still like trying to follow my timing for that, practice, even though I really do readings. But there's no, like we always say, there's no wrong. This is just like our opinion. Like you do what you want to do, but there's nothing wrong with being the seeker phase. And it's a lot of fun being a seeker. I am a chronic seeker, I'd say, but I've definitely
We're in Spirit College.
Yeah, Spirit College.
It's never ending.
Yeah.
The thirst for all this is never ending. And even when you think you're done, you're not done.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, we said, 2 years ago that we weren't going to pick up any more modalities or anything.
Yeah.
You never know what's going to happen.
Yeah, Thomas Mooneygle is awesome. He's one of those people that like is very knowledgeable on a lot of stuff, but like he picks things and goes all in, and just I would love to go to one of his courses.
He should be having them again soon. Hopefully.
I think he was talking about coming around here for it. But yeah, he's like a great example of somebody who's really fluent in a lot of different practices. But this is a long stretch of time where he was like learning these things. And there's nothing wrong with any of that. I don't know if I'm articulating myself.
No, you did everything great.
I'm just saying that
we're just saying when we go to a magic store, we want to feel that magical element to it, and not feel like you're just going to a normal store.
Yeah.
Not like a boutique setting. We want to feel like, wow, I'm about to get hit with some knowledge right now.
And that's always what happens.
That's all that happens. It's always the whoa.
Yeah, you leave. You're like, oh my gosh.
The vortex.
Yeah.
So yeah, Hocus Pocus, Mystic Embers. If you are in the Pittsburgh area, 10 out of 10, highly recommend. So we went to our second reading at Mystic Embers.
Yeah.
The first one, I don't remember the name of that psychic shop, but it's
called
on
Psychic Shop.
Oh, it's called Psychic Shop, and it's on
shop.
Carson Street in Pittsburgh.
Yeah.
So if you know. We do have a lot of Pittsburgh listeners, actually.
Yeah. So we had a great experience. Yeah. But Mystic Embers, 10
out of 10. I can't express to you how much I like. My reading was so soul shaking. Like I formed like a emotional attachment.
Yeah, she's so good
to the odor.
Now this reading was a different reading. This one was with oracle cards, and that's how she used. That was like her her divination tool for accessing the higher knowledge. And they do have other forms of like readers. I believe she said she has a psychic, similar to how the psychic shop has somebody. They have like a person who comes in and just like talks to you. I think I'm not sure how it works, but I think if you like get on their website, you can schedule and like figure out. We kind of did it on a whim. We were out on one of our Mondays and we were just like buying stuff. And then I was like, I just asked.
We're doing our Mystic Monday.
Yeah. And so she's like, yeah, I'm doing readings. And she called all of us back, did readings for all of us. And they were very, as you said, soul shaking. And I left with so much like, I
was crying. Like I dead ass was crying.
We heard you in the waiting room.
I'm a Cancer. I get in my emotions sometimes, get my feels. But I, once again, was not expecting anything from the reading. And I was the last one to go. Mm-hmm. And I was literally wailing in tears, like fully shaken. Yeah.
Oh gosh, one of the things that gets me every time is like we were talking about stuff that I'm like working on. I'm in this like big healing thing right now. Spirits, like we're doing all this stuff. You're learning a bunch of stuff too. Got some new modalities, as you were saying, or whatever. Anyways, it's this big cycle, and there's some past life stuff involved with it, and that's what she had talked about. And she's like, it's taken thousands of years for you to get to this point. And I thought she was just being like just saying like figuratively or something. Like, and then she's like, do you have any other questions? And I was like, yeah, I have a question. I was like, is this about past life stuff? And she goes, yeah, that's why I said thousands of years. And I was like, oh man. So it was like a little fun confirmation. Me and the astrology. Yeah. So I was like, yeah, so that was that. And then we bought stuff because why not? I got a couple books. I got some books on Celtic mythology.
It's like taking a kid to a candy store.
Yeah.
You can't expect the child not to grab some candy,
Yeah.
So that's what Put Us in Metaphysical Store does. We buy shit.
I'm wearing my ring from Hocus Pocus, actually.
We should do one of these days. We should do like a Mystic Monday meetup and just take everyone on a mystical field trip.
Welcome to Pittsburgh. This is where. Well, I'm actually really excited. We have a guest. I'm not going to say who. We might be able to get her to do a podcast episode though while
she's here.
Yeah, she's like going to be back in the States, and she was on our podcast before, but we've been like emailing back and forth with her still, and she's happens to be stopping in the area, and we are hoping, we talked to her about it, that we can like meet up at some point this summer. So we'll see what happens. If she's listening, she knows.
Hey, you want to go on a Mystic Monday field trip?
Yeah, definitely. Definitely.
It'll be a whirlwind healing experience.
For all of us. She's like, no, can't do shadow work right now. Yeah, I don't have anything else this episode. We still have to be short, but it's getting long again.
Yeah, we're done here.
Yeah.
So we're about to go on a mid-season break.
Mm-hmm.
Once again, we'll be back probably around June-ish. So follow us over on our social media platforms to get updates on what's going on. And yeah, and then, we appreciate you. We value you. Thank you.
Let's break it at the end as well.
All right. Talk to you guys. Well, you'll hear from us. I don't know. Bye.